Good morning and welcome to Sunday Soul Talk. Now, last week's audio sucked more than it did on my old computer with the external microphone. So, right now I have the microphone connected to me through my iPhone. Christina, can you listen to it and see how clear it is? See if it's different than normal. It's going to be hard with you being in here, though. Oh. Okay, does it sound muffled? Let me hear that.
Well, the clock's coming through loud and clear.
Yeah. But is there a...
It was never anything before. I don't understand why you got it.
It's also delayed.
Let me hear that. It sounds like contained. Like it's not clear, right?
That's why I asked if you had this all set before you got
Back
it.
up. You're right. Why is it not in real time?
I don't know.
Delayed.
Because we're not here, really.
Uh-oh, I already left. Great.
Shoot. I don't know.
It's a
It
parallel
sounds
universe.
muffled.
What?
Good morning, Margie. How does this audio sound? Is it clear
Weird.
or is it
It's weird.
like I'm talking through a sheet?
You're a sheep?
A sheet, honey. Because I'm using this microphone. When I used it on YouTube, it was I'm cold looking at you. Right from where you're at, right? It's clear. It's clear. Okay. Good morning, Cynthia. When I listened back, girls, to last week's video through my phone, it sounded awful. So today I had the option of doing it through this microphone through my iPhone. That's all. It didn't have the option for an external. It just had through the Mac or through my phone. I said, oh, maybe through my phone would work. But if it sounds like last week, maybe I don't know if there's a way I can unplug it now. Shoot, I don't think I can now because I set it up this way. So I guess I'm going to talk about, Christina and Peter and I were just talking about, so I had a dream last night. Well, first of all, I was talking with Christina yesterday about...
You can't use that line. Martin Luther King already used it.
I had a dream. Peter says Martin Luther King already used that. I can't use that line. Anyway, so we were. There's Anita Mogiani, who had a near-death experience, and how she went down to 85 pounds. I don't know if I've talked about her on here. I mean, she was a big catalyst in my learning, I guess, because at the time I was listening to Dr. Dyer, and she called in his radio show. First of all, he had heard about her. She had gone down. She had stage 4 lymphatic cancer, lemon-sized lesions or whatever from the base of her skull down to her chest, and she ended up, she was 85 pounds at the end. God, it's so involved. Her book, Dying to Be Me, was one of my all-time favorite books on this earth because she explained in the order of this book, the way they put it together. Hay House put it together for her. And they didn't charge, I don't know if they charged or anything, but they offered. They wanted to take her book on. And when she was born Hindu, because she's Indian, but she never lived in India. She lived, her parents, have that Indian culture where they have arranged marriage. So, she was...
We aren't Indian, we were arranged.
Who arranged us?
Your mother.
No, my mother said there were other fish in the sea. Remember?
Yeah, I'm a big
when she
shark.
saw your long hair?
I'm a big shark.
My mother was not approving of Peter at first because he had long hair. She judged a book by his cover. Anyway, so she had this arranged marriage thing. But, they brought her up as Hindu, but then they moved to Hong Kong and they put her in a Catholic school, which was not, she was, her own person, basically, although she was very meek and, she didn't love herself, basically, just like all of us. So she went, they arranged her marriage to this guy, and it came up to the day, and she called it off. She dared to call it off. So from then on, she was looked at she disappointed her dad and the whole family, basically, because she didn't go along with what you're supposed to do. And then she met Danny, and she was, in love with him, actually loved him, married him, and her best friend got cancer. This I want to come back to. I think this is why my dream was what it was. Because I don't normally dream. But this was a very vivid dream this morning. So, when she came back to her friend Kim her father died. There was unrest. She felt like a disappointment. He felt like she disappointed him. It was just, you know what the mind does, resentment, bitterness, hanging on to all of that. So he passed away, I don't remember how, but then her best friend got cancer. And so did she. She always said she was so fearful of cancer, so fearful of getting it. And she kept going to the doctor. She convinced she had it. And then finally, yeah, they said she had it. So she didn't go see her girlfriend even when she died. So she had more guilt, she was holding all of that. I'm not enough. I can't do anything right. I'm a bad person, basically, inside. So she ended up withering away to 85 pounds, and she couldn't even hold her head up. She had no strength. She couldn't walk, nothing. So everything was shutting down. So they got her to the hospital, and she died. Well, she also did chemo. She did chemo, and it arrested it for some time, but not completely. So she went somewhere else and did some kind of inner healing, natural stuff, and which she thrived at. But when she came back to Hong Kong, all her family and friends are like, "You've got to go back to the chemo. You can't. That's not a solution. You can't." So all the voices of everybody else made her just go back to the chemo. And when she'd lay there doing the chemo, she would look at that bag as poison. She said in her mind, the thought process was, this is poison. How many of us do that with food we eat? I shouldn't be eating this because it's poison. It's bad for me. Anyway, so oh, that's a great idea. Good idea, honey.
I'm full of them.
Great idea. Anyway, so my mom gave me these dragonfly things that are for the garden, and they were painting. Our whole place is getting painted now. And see how that over there is all molded and whatever. It's all gonna be fresh paint. They've done everything they need to do, prepped it. Now it's gonna be. Anyway, so she ended up dying. Literally in the hospital, she died. Or near death or whatever. Everything shut down. Gone. Like, she crossed over. First person she met was her father, who greeted her with just love, understanding, kindness. It was nothing like when he was alive. And then she met her friend Kim. Same thing. They were happy to see each other. It was so beautiful. This is leading into my... Anyway, when Anita came back, because she ended up, they told her she had to come back. It wasn't her time. With everybody, the doctors, everybody was like, what? They just couldn't believe what was happening. So she ended up, they told her she had to have chemo. She had to be on chemo. There's no way, that's the only thing they knew how to do. And she goes, do what you got to do. And her interview that I watched, so good. He said, because you believed you were going to, she goes, no. She goes, I knew I was going to be okay. She goes, I knew it. There was no poison in that bag. Do what you got to do. And within weeks, she was out of the hospital, walking out from literally dying. Everything atrophying. I don't know, whatever. All her muscles were just toast before. She came back. And so anyway, and now that was in 2006. It is now 2026, and she is doing seminars. Dr. Dyer just put her out there. She was petrified the first time. This video is amazing about her. He really gets in depth of her. And I'll post it. I'm going to post it after. So she, I was talking with Christina about this yesterday, and I didn't even know I had this inside, but I had a friend, Patty, and her husband, Alan. Peter and I were pretty close with them when we were younger, when we first had our house, and we used to have parties, and they used to come, and we used to do things together. We went to their wedding in Van Buren, Maine. I just loved them. They were great people, and we just grew apart. Even though we were in the same town, we just grew. We had kids and went on, and then we were filled up with all of that, and they weren't able to have kids or whatever. And so it was just a different lifestyle for both of us. So they took pictures. He was a photographer. Plus they both worked at Beans. And she ended up getting cancer, and she died young. And I never went to, I think she died when we were here. So I never went to I didn't go see her. But I didn't know that was in there. I still don't know if that, but the dream last night was Peter and I were in the back of Sears. I think it was the old Brunswick Sears. We were in the back looking at tools, and they were there. We had seen them at the Moxie Festival one year, and it was just like we had never stopped. It was beautiful. because she was in remission at that point. But when we lived there, so we were in the back of Sears, and when I saw her, I just went to her. In my dream, I was hugging her and bawling. I was literally bawling. Felt so good to see her. And I said, would it have been any different if you had passed? Like she didn't die. So would it have been any different if you did pass? Like, it wouldn't have been a horrible thing if she did pass, because, and she goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, you get to see your parents, all her, she had a lot of people that was crossed over too. And she was going to be with them. So this dream was like, almost like a healing for Lori. Like, it doesn't matter if we're here or not here. It doesn't matter. Because, okay, so being identified with this body, this is what Christina and I were just talking about, with this body, the mind is what controls what this body is going through. Everything it thinks, like say you have an interaction with a person and they say something and you feel it inside, a contraction, right there, you know that has, I'm touching touch the microphone. Right there, you know that you're having, okay, this is so hard to talk about. I don't know if you can feel, Margie, Cynthia, can you feel into what I'm saying? Because this is more of a feeling of this body and mind. When something quote unquote negative happens, or something, there's a reaction in your body. It's from a thought of this shouldn't be happening, or why do you do that? All of that is contraction in the body. Right there, it's arguing with what is and causing the body pain. Your body is reacting. Yes, you can, Margie. Oh my God. It's your body is reacting to whatever you're thinking. So if it's uncomfortable, right there, you know that whatever the thought is, it's not true. It's an attack thought on the body. And that little me, that little mind-made, Cynthia too, that little mind-made me that we believe ourselves to be, that is fighting the world, fighting to be okay. It doesn't need to. All it needs to do is surrender and accept what is. Accept everything exactly the way it is. And I'm not saying that this is an easy thing to do. I'm not saying it's a hard thing to do either. It's just something that is possible for us to surrender when we feel the contraction. Oh yeah. Breathe. It's okay. It's okay. Because all that uptightness, let go and let God. Exactly, Margie. Exactly. Let go and let God, because God doesn't make a mistake. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. So there was something in that dream that just, there's no need to be uptight about anything. Anytime you're uptight, you're identified with that little me that needs to fight the world. Come back to the God that you are. That's what's beating that heart. That's what's blowing that palm tree. That's what's blinking these eyes, growing the hair, talking. That's what does it. It's not the little me. And that little me, bottom line, is fear. And its biggest fear is to die. And in that dream, it got Lori to see there's nothing to fear. Nothing to fear, because the body's going to drop. But who we are, it's okay. Yes, Cynthia. The body, of course it's going to drop. But whatever is going to happen is going to happen. We cannot change anything. And the trying to change it just causes so much upset for the body. That's another, it's like there's 2 lanes. There's the little me that can love. Okay, so they always say God is love. That's love. There's no separate, that's what it is. That's what we are. But we're identified with this mind, this little me that thinks it's alone in this world and it's got to get all the things, the people, the stuff to solidify its okayness. It has to have things, people, things to be okay. But it's never okay, because the bottom line of it is I'm not enough. I'm separate from God, from love, and I'm not enough is the very first belief in the subconscious mind, is I'm not enough. And we're all fighting to be enough. Just because you're here, that's enough. Just because. When I say you're here, do you see the duality of that? There's no you here. It's just here. Just here. This now here-ness. I've never said that one before. Here-ness. Here-ness. Wow. So Christina sent me this little video this morning talking about emotionally intelligent people don't hate anybody. I can't hate anybody. I don't hate a soul. No one. I don't hate. Because, and I went, emotionally intelligent, whatever. Because you know that that person is coming from the hate that's living in their body. They hate themselves. They believe they are this thing that's never enough and it's going to die. And that's the fear. I'm not enough and I'm going to die. How horrible. What a horrible way to go through life, to believe that. So that's what this message is about. Letting go of that and loving. So there's the 2 lines I was talking about. Loving you, until that dissolves, the you dissolves through this message, to just see that there's just this. 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 Nothing to fight. nothing to fight. Just this. Then the gratitude, the instead of the this shouldn't be happening, there's gratitude for what's happening. It's gratitude. Gratitude and love, same vibration in this body. It holds the same vibration in the body. Everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. Even the one that irritates the shit out of you. It's meant to be that way for you to say, oh, right. I'm judging God as doing him or her wrong, or this life situation wrong. Accept it. Accept what is. Don't fight it. Show me. Show me how to continue. Show me what's best for this to go on. Show me. Whew. Christina says, what are you going to talk about? I don't know. What? You know I'd never know. It just comes out, wow, that was something. To live that's the ultimate goal of Lori, is to live loving what is. Just accepting. Even if it can't be loving, accepting what is. Okay. 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 It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Dad? What? You had breakfast? I watched you.
Sunday morning's bacon and eggs.
Oh, really? You gonna manifest them? Sunday morning's bacon and eggs. You haven't had bacon and eggs for how long for breakfast?
Because you never buy it for me anymore. I'm suffering.
He's suffering. Because I don't buy it for him, even though we go grocery shopping together. It's so nice. I never told you, it's so nice to go grocery shopping together. In Maine, I always did it. It's so nice to not have to do that by myself. Wow. It's only 9:30. And it seems like it's done. I don't know. Cynthia says, good morning, Peter. I'm sure Marty's thinking that too. He's saying good morning. I've been keeping us up all week long with this cough. But got some NyQuil, knocked myself out. Last night I had 0 medication, not even a cough drop, and I slept good with barely any coughing. It was nice. Really nice. Look at, oh my gosh, the humidity is pretty high today. And we're going to the Venice Art Walk. Christina's coming with us. The Venice Art Walk. Peter just painted the whole lanai. The paint, the same paint that they're painting the outside with. So, it looks crisp and clean in here. Everything's going back. Now he's cleaning the counter. Are you using the granite cleaner? It's underneath the sink. Yeah, what?
See how nice this looks without all the junk on it?
Nah. Are you loving what is, honey? Yeah, Marty, I'm sure. Okay, so you guys are supposed to be getting big time snow up there today. I heard it's like way below 0 too. like a stupid number below zero. At least the snow will be light. I heard 18 inches. Like, we had 15 when we were there. 18. Oh, God. I don't miss that for a minute. Cleaning the cars off and oh, jeez. It's just so weird to have that going on when there's not a cloud in the sky and it's, God, it's going to be hot today. It's just because the stickies are here, so it's supposed to be 80 today, I think. So, let's see, what happened at work this week? Synchronicities. Synchronicities are still happening constantly. There was a big one Friday. I was at North Fort Myers High, which is my favorite place to go. Apparently, it's everybody's because it's very hard to get. The woman said it's very hard to get. She couldn't give me any special privileges or anything. Yeah, I tried. I just would love. It's right down the street, and it's perfect hours. And anyway, so where I had to go, it was the French class. So I had to go. I don't even know because I don't know the school yet. This is only the second time. So somebody had to take me. It was so far. She gave me the map and circled and did all the, and I was like, wow. So I asked people along the way. So I get there and I'm about fourth period. I really have to go pee. So I had gotten to know the lady in the room next to me because we come out and stand by the door and let kids, come and go. And she's so sweet. I loved her. We had great conversations, and then she says, I asked the girl, before I left the room, I said, is there a bathroom around here? And she goes, no, it's pretty far away. So I can't leave. I'm like, oh my God, I guess I got to hold it. And so this was probably 10:30, and the school didn't get out till 2. So, and I already had to go. So she comes out the door. I came out the door, and then she came out the door, and she saw the custodian coming out of the next room. And she goes, hey, whatever his name was. She goes, can you cover my room while I go pee? And I went, oh my gosh, I got to go too. And she goes, oh, well, he could. She goes, I'll go, and then you can go. He'll cover my room, and then he'll cover your room. And I go, she could see the fear on my face. Where is this? I have no idea. And she goes, She goes, okay, he's going to have to cover both rooms because there's no way you're going to find it. So the hall we had to go on to find it, I can't even. It took, I don't even know how long it took to get to it. And then we came back a different way. Anyway, it was a long ways. It was such a relief. So when we got back, I'm sitting on the toilet, she's in there, we're the only ones in there, and I go, I am so grateful to you right now because there's no way I would have found this place or got back. Perfect. I mentioned it to the girl inside the school, in my class, and then, what the heck? And then I was able to handle the rest of the day. Gosh, it's just been little things like that. I mean, to me, that was a big thing, because I don't know if I would have peed my pants the rest of the day. I mean, really. Because I had drank orange juice in the morning, and I don't know. I can drink water and hold it for a long time, but when I drink orange juice in the morning, it goes right through me. And I didn't think I wasn't going to be near a bathroom, because the last time I was there, the bathroom was right down the hall. Anyway, so that was my... Have you guys noticed any synchronicities at all? Any, like you mentioned something? Peter's noticing them, too. He'll mention something, and then, boom! What? It's crazy. It's so cool. Just brings you back to now and realizing we're not doing this. We're not doing this. No more OJ for you. I love you too, Jimmy. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I love orange juice. I gotta have it in the morning. It's just a thing. I mean, my kids even know. When I go to Maine, they always have orange juice. They have Pepsi for Peter and orange juice for me. They're the best. Angel is just about ready to pop, Margie. She's going to have that baby any time. Yeah, she's dropped. The Friday was her last day of school, work, and her due date's coming right up. Today's the 25th. I think it's the 29th or something like that. And the guys are here. No O.J. Simpson allower either. Yeah. See, now that was another thing. Everybody's hating him, and he was fighting, denying. And that whole thing turned into you know what? It was her time. In the dream of separation of the me's, it seems like that was a horrific thing. Of course, I'm not saying it wasn't. But like when I was talking with Patty in the dream, she's out. She's on to the next. God, what was her name? Her name was such a. I can see her face, but I don't remember her name. And then the kids, apparently they were not meant to grow up with their mom, which we are taught to believe that that's a horrible thing, but we don't know. This thinks it knows the way it should be, and it shouldn't be the way it is. But that's what is. Fight it, and you're the one that's suffering inside and holding all that hatred and anger for O.J. Simpson, which you don't even know who he is. Yeah, I know that probably most people are not ready for this message. I know. It's taken me years, over 20 years, to understand, I guess, and have it sink in. And it doesn't mean it has to. If you're willing not to hold any hatred for anybody, including Donald Trump, he's living rent-free in so many people's bodies and minds. I just watched a video talking about the deep state, the bigger picture of how Trump is dismantling behind the scenes a lot of shit that's been going on for centuries. And he's single-handedly taking shit down. Yeah. Anyway. It was a cool video. It just made me think differently. And Donald Trump is the epitome of a little 6-year-old temper tantrum, a little boy who lives in a little child that lives in every single human being that can't get along on the playing field, on the playground. Yeah. God, such a pretty. Look at this. I don't know if I can. Never gets old. I love living between two bodies of water. It just feels good, and the sun sets over that water every night. Sometimes it's mesmerizing what we see. Gratitude off the charts. Gosh, yeah. I think I'm done. There doesn't seem to be anything else.
about how I scrubbed your back last night?
You did not scrub my back. That would have been nice. He was in bed before us because Christina and I watched Taylor Swift's Eras tour. It was probably she only saw 1 and 2. She didn't see, so we watched 3 and 4 last night. And we'll watch 5 and 6 tonight. That girl, there's so many people that hate her too. And you know what she's done for humanity? She's brilliant. She didn't get there by accident. I am in awe of that woman. And I love that her and Kelsey are, I love the romance thing that's going on. But if she's putting her all into him for her, it's not going to last. I hate to, because nothing in this world is ever going to, nothing, not a car, not a house, not a person, is going to ever bring you fulfillment. It's an inside job. You gotta look inside and realize, oh my God, waking up now, every single morning I wake up and I feel my heartbeat. My heartbeat so strong through this whole body, and then waves of gratitude for that heart beating. God. And if it doesn't, which there's no guarantees, it could stop beating in the next minute. I have no regrets. No regrets. I loved it. There's a thing that says it doesn't matter what you acquired in your life or whatever. What matters is how much did I love. Yeah. And I do love a lot. He'd love for me to make him some breakfast. Anyway, I love Lori Swift much more. Oh, Jimmy. Lori Swift. I could not think. Listen, that girl, when that guy stole all her music and she couldn't play, he was controlling where and when she could sing her own songs from the time she started as a teenager. Thank you, Cynthia. Marty said, "Good morning, Peter." I knew she was thinking that. But she ended up making remixes of it all, and they sold even more than the originals. People rebought them, and now she's bought them. She's bought them all back in May. Last May, she got them all back. Brilliant. She's just brilliant. Sending love and hugs to all on Sunday Soul Talks. Thank you, Cynthia. I guess that's the end. You guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Sunday. She's truly amazing, and I'll say goodbye for now. Love you all. Oh, Jimmy. God, someday I'm going to hug that man. Bye. Have a great week.